Discipline is the power that powers every virtue that leads to success. Hello.
Hello.
Great to be here this morning.
Okay.
Let's get started.
Hello. Today is day 91. Yes, day 91. So that means we have 9 days more by our countdown. And today I have somebody with me, somebody very special.
Hello, it's good to be here. I'm so
Yes.
excited to be joining her today on day 91. I'd actually wanted to be here much longer, but life happened. But I'm glad I made it.
Okay. Yeah, so if you remember many weeks ago, I talked about accountability. And so I told you that I got myself an accountability partner. So this is my accountability partner. Her name is Pastor Yinka.
My name is simply Yinka.
Okay, so she's going to be the one sharing with us today. And today we're going to talk about the power of discipline. Yes, the power of discipline. So over to you.
Wonderful. It's like I said, it's really exciting to be here. She's really encouraged me, even though I'm supposed to be an accountability partner, but I'm encouraged, inspired by what she's doing. And when she told me, one thing that came to my mind was discipline. And I told her, that's what we're going to talk about. And then she gave me like a topic, the power of discipline. So today I just want to share because some time ago in my life too, I was looking at what's the thing between what I want to achieve and where I am. And that word just came to me like discipline. And what you need is discipline. So at this point in my life, a year, I said, my watchword for that year is discipline. I must ensure that I'm disciplined at what I want to do. And I mean, dictionary would tell you what discipline is. I'm trying to catch my breath because I'm walking and I'm talking. What discipline is, and they'll tell you, is the practice of adhering to some rules, some principles to be able to achieve a goal. But I looked inwards and I said, discipline is like the key to unlocking your full potentials in life. In fact, I like quotes. I write myself and I read a lot of quotes. And I read a quote, I think it was Jim Rohn or so. He said, discipline is the bridge between your goals and the accomplishment of it. One of his quote is also, discipline is the foundation for success. And that's very true. And as I was looking, just reflecting on the word discipline, I thought it myself that anybody is going to be successful in life. If you are not disciplined, you're not likely to get there. There may be random times when we just stumble on success. But you see, real success that is sustainable, that you can pass on to children, is achieved through discipline. I lived in the life of people that are successful in life. And I see the things, they may not quote it in the word discipline, but I see that the things they do, consistently doing something, following a set of practice, is discipline. And everyone who is going to get there in life needs to achieve that. You see, discipline is when we look at key aspects of discipline, we look at self-control. You must be able to manage your emotions, your body, everything to be disciplined. Self-control is key. I know she's talked to us about self-control.
Yeah, because
so
that's
imagine,
what I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask that what's the difference between discipline and self-control? And I think you answered the question.
Yeah, it's part of it's an element in discipline. But discipline is kind of wider, but it's an element in it. So you must be able to be self-controlled. It talks about discipline can also be looked in the way of responsibility. Being responsible, being able to take responsibility for your actions and the consequences of it is also part of discipline. Discipline is following a set of practice. You are following some rules. So it would entail being focused, being committed, being consistent as well. So when I was looking at discipline myself, I said, discipline is the power that powers every virtue that leads to success.
Wow.
You know, we say the power of discipline. I said discipline is the power that powers every. It looks like tautology, but really, it powers it, because even if you say, "Oh, I want to do this," motivation is not a problem for so many of us. Initial motivation. I want to do this, and then we are motivated to do it. But you see, motivation cannot get you there unless you are disciplined about what you're motivated to do. In fact, we are motivated to start, but along the line we drop off because we lack discipline to follow through with those things that we had planned to do. So, John Maxwell said something about, he said motivation gets you going, but discipline gets you growing. That you can be motivated to start it, but it's discipline that helps you to grow, that leads you to success. So it's like a bridge that connects you to whatever you dream about. It's the bridge that connects your dreams to your reality. Whatever you dream that you can achieve.
You just be in the realm of
you'll be in the realm of dreaming. Oh, I want to do this. But until you apply discipline, you won't get there. And just for us to know what to do, we're just talking about discipline. For us to be disciplined, you must, for whatever you want to achieve, you must set your goals. We're talking about how do I be disciplined. You must set a goal. What do you want to achieve? You must know what you want to achieve. You can't apply discipline to what you don't even know that you want to do. So set a clear goal. And you see, a lot of us have our goals. We just keep it in our heads. The Bible talks about writing the vision, making it plain so that he that reads it will run with it. So you need to be able to have your goals written down. I started, when I talk about goals, so I have it in my head because I keep a lot of things in my head.
Yeah.
But you can't really achieve much if everything is in your head, because sometimes you're not even able to measure what you have kept in your head. So set a clear goals. We're talking about how do you be a disciplined person, or how do you achieve being disciplined. Set a clear goal for what you want to achieve. And then number 2, you have to have a plan to achieving your goal. Because the goal is not going to work by itself. The goal is where I'm going. But how do I get there? That's your plan. And having a plan involves you having a schedule, a routine on these are the things I need to do. I want to go to the US tomorrow. I need to buy my ticket. I need to get money to be able to do and things like that. I need to get a visa. And then you have a plan on everything that's going to take you there. So discipline is you following up on each of those plans that you have put on paper. That is how I want to get there. So that is what you now apply discipline to. A plan is having all those things there. So applying discipline to those things you have put there. And you see, when we talk about goals, just to go back on goals, everybody knows, let me not assume, but everybody knows we talk about SMART. It must be specific, it must be measurable, it must be achievable or attainable, the A for it. It must be the R, it must be realistic, and then
time-bound.
It must be time-bound. So if we have a goal that you can, all those things, you can tick them on it, then go back and rewrite your goals. Because time-bound means that you have a set time you want to achieve it. Because if you don't have a time to achieve it, then there's nothing to be disciplined about. You can as well leave it, and the next 3 years, you get there. So when you have a goal that is set in that way, you are disciplined about all the plans you have put down, and then through discipline, you are following it up. And then number 3 is that you begin to track your progress. You want to be a disciplined person. I set out this year, I want to, something that I do, read the Bible in 5 months. You said it's 5 months, so 5 months is up to May. So by January, you must have gone 1/5 of the way. So if you find out you are not there, then you have to go back. Then something is wrong. The discipline will tell you, for me to achieve it in May, I need to double up. I need to do something more. So apply discipline to the plans, track your progress, and then by the time you track your progress, you'll be able to analyze your result. Eventually, you'll be able to, where am I? Evaluate your result and sustain it. Sustain the momentum. Keep going. That's how to be a disciplined. And you can repeat it on any project you have. Setting the goal, having a plan, tracking the progress, evaluating it, and sustaining the momentum of whatever it is, and pursuing it. And you must focus. It's very important. Focus on it, because it's through focus you can achieve all the things you want to achieve. Focus on whatever you have desire to. And discipline is so important because discipline makes you a good person. You know, when you're disciplined, you're punctual at events. When you're disciplined, it enhances your value as a person. As everybody knows this person is disciplined. They can put you in charge of money, put you in charge of projects, and they know that this person will achieve it. Because discipline is a virtue that helps you to achieve. Like I said, it's the power that powers everything that, you know, makes a man succeed in life. You are disciplined at whatever you are giving. Some people are given things to do and they drop it on the way because they lack discipline to achieving their own goals, so that it will come out in any way. So discipline enhances your value as a person. It helps you to build good habits. You know, you see people who, they wake up at a set time, they do the things that they need to do. I mean, one of it, like I told you, when she told me about this, discipline came to my mind. It takes discipline to want to work for 100 days and you're on day 91. So many people have started it. I mean, I started things too and I dropped them on the way for lack of discipline. So like I said, I evaluated my life and I said, oh, discipline is lacking, so I need to be disciplined about whatever goals I want to do. Discipline, you know, we can talk about being committed. You can want to be committed to something, but if there's no discipline to follow through, you would drop it on the way. So like I said, it powers every other thing.
Power that powers.
Exactly, it's a power that powers it. You may want to, I mean, I'm committed to it, because discipline is that force that helps you to overcome challenges and the odds against your goals and the achievement of it. You know, because everything you want to do in life, there'll be challenges, there'll be odds, there'll be things that not want to make you achieve it. But discipline is the force that makes you to get up when it's not even convenient to get up. In fact, when I was doing a quote for myself, I said discipline is the force that helps you to overcome inconvenience.
Okay, we're 38 minutes. Yeah. So we are turning back.
Okay.
Let me come to this side.
Okay. So I credit my camera person. She's doing a lot of work. I mean, but we can't say it too much. I mean, discipline is a virtue that we need to get to where we are going. And I really want to end. I mean, when she introduced Pastor Inka, so let me add the scripture angle to it. Every time I think of discipline, I think of Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, from 25 to 27. He says, every man that strives for mastery, he said, he's temperate in all things. That temperate is discipline. If you look at it in different versions, and even what he's talking about, he said, he's temperate in all things. He said they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we do it to obtain an incorruptible one. He said, so that's why I'm fighting, not as one that beats the air. I'm fighting with the focus, he said it. And then in verse 27, he tells us what he's doing. He said, so I put my body under. That is discipline. You are checking, even though it's not convenient, even though your body says no, you are rising every day to do what you want to do, despite every challenge and odds coming your way. That is discipline. He says, I put my body under so that when I preach to others, I myself will not be a castaway. He was telling us, I'm disciplining myself, even though my body does not want it. So a lot of times, the body is anti-success because it's naturally, the default setting is to be lazy, to sit around, to not do what you want to do. Do it for 1 or 2 days and drop it. But discipline tells you that you must rise every day to pursue, to focus on whatever it is that you want to do so that you can achieve your goal, because the joy is in achieving that goal. And I pray that everyone who is aspiring to do something, as you rise up today, and I know for everyone who is following her, you must be disciplined to be on day 91. But I pray that on every other aspect of life, God will give you the grace to be disciplined. The power that powers everything that makes a man successful. That is discipline. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Yeah, so that is it. The power that powers everything that makes a man successful. That's discipline. So, yes, there are so many things that I can get from what she has said. And I just want to conclude by saying, you know, we've talked about a lot of things. It's almost as if she's touched, in fact, in this small talk, she has touched like 10 things that we've talked about. We've talked about self-control, we've talked about forming habits, we've talked about a lot of things. And she has
having an accountability partner. I forgot to mention that. You know, to be disciplined, have an accountability partner. It will definitely help.
Yes. So thank you very, very much. I wanted to ask that question about self-control and discipline, but she already answered all my questions that I would have asked. But one question I want to ask is, this: I feel some people find it easier to be disciplined. So it comes to some people more naturally. So is this something that you need to learn or like an innate thing?
You know, like they talk about forming habits, that when you have done something for, before I used to hear, well, when you have done something for 20, 21 days, it becomes a habit.
That thing has been disproven. It's
But
not true.
recently, I think I read something was talking about 66 days. I think as a person, I've practiced it. When I decide to wake up. I don't use alarms to wake up. Somehow my body is programmed to know the time I want to wake up. And sometimes it just wakes up on its own. But I realize sometimes when I start to wake up at 3, it just starts. And I just see myself, no matter, nothing needs to wake me. My body just wakes up at that time. So a lot of things there, habits we form, either we intentionally form it or somehow we just start to do it and it becomes a thing. So I think our body is kind of conditioned to know when you're doing something at a
Over
time.
and over again.
Yeah, it gets adjusted to it. And you see, discipline, some people who are already used to that pattern of life, they grew up knowing that, oh, I must do this. It's easy for them. I mean, my late husband it was easy for him to fast because it tells you when he wants to eat, he knows the time. And he only eats 2 times and he can, it's so easy for him to fast. He can drink water alone in the morning, even when he's not fasting. So it was so easy for him to, when you say fasting, it's not a big deal. Because by his natural self, he can work on, food is not, and he'll tell you just 1 piece of meat and he will stand by it. So some people, that's how they grew up and it's easy for them. So they built it over time. So I think everything is about habit formation and it's also discipline that gets you there. Discipline helps you to achieve discipline.
Yeah, so and when I was talking about self-control, I think I talked about self-control being like a muscle. The more you exercise it,
Yeah.
the better you get at it.
Yes.
So I think the same thing with discipline, because the more you do it, the more
Yes.
you get better at it. And like, if I want to infer from what you said, some people do have the natural tendency or innate ability to maybe be more disciplined, but everybody can work on it.
Yes.
So you can't say, oh, I was born an undisciplined person, right?
No, when we're actually born, we're born like a canvas that had nothing on it.
Like a plain.
Yes, like a plain
canvas.
canvas. And then nature and nurture started to write on our canvas. It started to, on the canvas rather, it started to put things on it. So some people, by their nature and nurture, some people may be in their nature, but nurture is the environment and everything that trained them as they were growing up. It helped them to develop into who they are. So
both work hand in hand.
they work hand, yes.
So yeah, that's it for today. We can go on and on. I'm sure
Yes.
Pastor Yinka is fired up.
Yeah.
We can go on and on. But we need to pick up our pace. Let's see how far we've gone.
Yes.
It's 44 minutes now. Yes, so we're almost done. Just how many minutes more?
Yes.
60 minutes more.
I need this too. So I need to go and start on my own 100 days. This is an encouragement and inspiration.
So we are still going to conclude when we get there, when we get back to the house. So let's continue. We'll see you when we are done.
Shami, this is really exciting.
Is it up to 1.5 hours?
Yeah, it's almost up to.
We are back.
Hello.
Okay, so let's see how far we've gone. It's like 82 minutes.
82 minutes. It's almost 1.5 hours.
Yes. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing. You know,
Yes.
it's been almost 1.5 hours of walking, and I tell you, it's been refreshing. You had me panting when I was walking. That's because I just need to go back and start doing exercises. I told her it was so difficult walking and also talking at the same time. So if you are like me and you need to get out there and walk, then it's time to do it. Today we talked about the power of discipline. And like we said, it's the power that powers everything that makes a man to succeed. Don't forget, you need to be disciplined to be more productive in life, to be successful in life, to get to your goal, to achieve all that you want to achieve in life. So it's time to do it. Whatever you set out your mind to do, write the goals, put the plans, track your progress, get an accountability partner, keep reviewing and keep doing better. And God would help you. In Jesus' name. Thank you for having me today. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share with somebody. Somebody needs to be healthy. Somebody needs to do well in life. And this channel and this program would definitely, set you on fire to do the right things. So like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to join tomorrow for Day 92. Ciao.
See you tomorrow. Bye.